Somewhere along the way, you made a promise to yourself. A promise that no one else could keep for you. And yet, life has a way of whispering, "Forget it. It's too hard." Ladies and gentlemen, think back, way back, to a time when the world was full of possibility and your heart knew no limits. You made a promise to yourself. It wasn't just a thought. It was a fire, a spark that set your soul ablaze. Perhaps you promised that one day you would create something meaningful. Perhaps you promised that one day you would rise above circumstances, travel the world, or tell your story in a way that would matter. That promise, it was sacred. But life has a way of interfering. Responsibilities, family obligations, society whispering in your ear that your dreams are too big, too risky, too impossible. And somewhere along the line, you start to forget that fire you once carried. That promise begins to fade. You begin to settle, to convince yourself that survival is enough, that contentment is enough. I think of Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty, raised in difficult circumstances, living in a world that told her she wouldn't amount to much. Yet, she held tight to a promise she made to herself as a young girl. She promised that she would rise, that she would speak, that she would inspire. And she did. Her promise became her compass, guiding her through life's turbulence, through every setback, every disappointment, until she became the voice that millions listen to today. Her life is proof that a promise kept to oneself can shape a legacy far greater than one could ever imagine. You see, the promise you made to yourself is not just a dream. It's a contract with your soul. It is a light in the darkness, a compass when you are lost. And it will call to you again and again, even when the world tries to silence it. It will remind you who you truly are, and who you were always meant to become. So, I ask you, have you remembered that promise lately? Have you allowed yourself to feel that fire, even for a moment? Or have you tucked it away, hidden it behind excuses and fears? Because the truth is this: that promise is still alive. It is still waiting. And it will not rest until you honor it. Life will throw storms at your door. And those storms, they will try to convince you that your promise is impossible. But yes, you will be tested. That is not a warning. It is a certainty. Every promise worth keeping comes with resistance. Life does not allow dreams to flourish without scrutiny. The moment you decide to honor your promise, you will meet obstacles, rejections, failures, disappointments, moments that make you doubt your worth, your ability, your very purpose. But here's the truth: obstacles are not your enemies. They are the measure of your commitment. They test the strength of your will, the depth of your courage, and the sincerity of your promise. If you give up at the first storm, the promise was never meant to be yours. But if you persist, if you keep walking through the rain, if you refuse to let fear dictate your life, then something extraordinary happens. Consider J.K. Rowling, the woman who brought Harry Potter to the world. Before the magic reached our shelves, before children everywhere learned the names of Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, she faced extreme poverty. She faced rejection. 12 publishers turned her away. 12. Can you imagine the temptation to quit? To let go of her promise to herself? To stop believing in the story that lived in her heart? But she did not. She held fast to her promise. I will tell this story. And today, the world knows that name. And the world is richer for her courage. Obstacles are inevitable. But each one is also an opportunity. An opportunity to reaffirm your commitment, to prove to yourself that your promise is more important than fear, more important than doubt, more important than the fleeting comforts of giving up. Your promise will be tested. Life will try to convince you that you are not enough, that your dreams are too big, that the world will not wait. But I assure you, you are enough. Your promise is enough. And the storms, they are temporary. Your promise, eternal, if you honor it. And so, you come to the most important part. The moment where promise meets action. Where dreams meet courage. Where the life you promised yourself is waiting. And it will not wait forever. An action. That is the bridge between dream and reality. You can sit with your promise in your mind, replaying it like a gentle melody. But until you step forward, until you act, it remains just a whisper. The life you promised yourself is not a fantasy. It is real, waiting for you to claim it. But it requires courage. It requires sacrifice. It requires persistence. Look at Elon Musk, a man who promised himself he would change the world. He envisioned rockets flying to Mars, cars that could save the planet, energy systems that could power nations. People laughed at him. People doubted him. People told him it couldn't be done. And yet, he acted. One step at a time, one failure at a time, he honored his promise to himself. Today, Tesla, SpaceX, and SolarCity stand as testaments to a life lived in fidelity to a personal promise. You see, holding on to your promise is not enough. You must live it. Each day, every moment. Your promise demands action, consistency, and resilience. It asks you to rise above excuses, to step past fear, and to push forward even when the path is unclear. And here's the beautiful part. When you finally honor your promise, when you finally live the life you promised yourself, it's not just you who benefits. Your courage, your persistence, Your example, it inspires others. It lights a fire in someone else's heart. It shows them that promises are not just words. They are commitments, contracts with the very essence of who you are. So, I ask you, are you ready? Are you ready to stop waiting for the perfect moment? Are you ready to claim the life that is yours by promise, by right, by your own courage? The life you promised yourself, it is waiting. And it is magnificent. But it will not wait forever. Step forward. Take that first action. Honor your promise. And let the world witness what happens when someone refuses to forget the life they once promised themselves.